question that I would love to, ask is, for people that are watching this, especially they hear esports, and you said it yourself, you think teenagers after StarCraft, you think people in their mid-20s. The typical person is thinking of someone, half your age. So what do you bring to the industry that maybe a 25-year-old doesn't? When people hear esports, they think, and we've chatted off camera, about Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, FaZe, all these different, I guess, esports organizations, and a lot of them have some younger blood in them, but
Sure.
at least the successful ones do typically have someone in their 40s or older. So curious, what do you think that, you bring that, someone in their 20s doesn't?
Experience. That's the short answer. I've been involved in the public markets, the capital markets, raising money. That's a different skill. I do like to play video games. I had a television set when I was at home, Astro Smash, Sub Hunt. We played Galaga, Centipede, and Pac-Man at the arcade. And we've got an Xbox here. And of course, I play those games and Just Cause and Call of Duty. And of course, I play games on my computer, probably more than I should, frankly. I'm not running this company so I can play games. This company, it's a business. It's a for-profit business. And I'm taking a look at this at the bigger picture. We have 20-year-olds on the staff? Absolutely. We've got ex-team owners, we've got gaming writers, people who've been with Activision, people from Blizzard, people from DreamHack. We have the deep esport DNA. Where I come into it is, pulling the high level vision of the company, raising the capital, assembling the team, and forming the strategy. The plan is to be profitable, of course. The landscape, we talked about this off camera. The landscape is riddled with the carcasses of well-meaning but poorly executed and maybe poorly planned business models. Just because somebody's an enthusiastic individual in this sector doesn't necessarily make it a good business model. I think what I bring is I have made plenty of mistakes. Anybody who tells you they haven't has never tried to do anything. This is a situation where I'm bringing that knowledge and those contacts that I've accumulated over my life, and 20 years in the gambling business doesn't hurt. Being able to pull on some of those relationships and assembling the team that we have, which I would put against anybody's team on our board of directors. I mean, we have, as I say, the former esports, the Secretary General of the Esports Federation, but we also have Warwick Bartlett, who's in the Gambling Hall of Fame, helped set up at least two gaming regulatory bodies. We have a former KPMG audit partner. We have, the unofficial mayor of Malta, Alan Alden, not the actor, but Alan Alden, the consultant. He teaches at the university on gaming and gambling in Malta. So we have a lot of expertise, but that's what I bring: the experience, the sober second thought, so to speak. We don't just make a lot of knee-jerk decisions. We think them through, and any decision we make here, we keep our eye on what does that do for our shareholders? How does that make us revenue? We don't just do cool things because they trend well on social media. Trending on social media can be very important. You have to have an objective. Why are you trending on social media? We're getting our story. Are we trying to attract players? Are we trying to attract investors? Those are good reasons to be on social media. Just to show video of me dancing, which would probably get a lot of traction because it'd be viral if you saw that. But it doesn't do anything for our investors. So that's what I bring to the table.
No, true. And, I also want to kind of touch on, obviously talking to, the LA Kings, the LA Galaxy is not an easy task. These aren't people you just shoot them an email and, oh, great, we're doing a deal with the LA Kings. Obviously there's a lot more that goes behind the scenes. Yes. And there's a lot of other companies in the space that are trying to get partnerships with, NHL, NFL, NBA teams and can't. And you guys were obviously able to bring down a great organization, and hopefully the domino effect is very true.
Yeah, we also have a relationship with Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment. I mean, we have signage right with Dignitas. We sponsor Dignitas. We're their gambling partner. Dignitas is owned by Harris Blitzer, which also owns the Devils, the Prue Center, the 76ers, Crystal Palace, and a number of other assets. Clutch Gaming, they got a 2K franchise. They are probably the largest sporting organization in the Northeast. AEG, which is where we just did the deal with the LA. They own the Staples Center. They're one of the largest organizations in the West. These are premium, 4-star blue chip pedigree organizations. And if you want to do business with those companies, you have to be the kind of company that they can do business with. They have to know who you are. You have to have passed certain benchmarks. And of course, being, fully reporting SEC, NASDAQ listed company really says a lot to these organizations.
Anything about your background or what you bring to the industry, to the esports industry, that might be different, but again, a big advantage to the company, that you want to chat about before we close things off?
Different than most of the competitors I see. Most of the competitors I see in the esports space, because there are some very savvy operations in the gambling industry. Those are much bigger organizations. They weren't always so. I can tell you, because I was there when they first got started. In the esports, it's just really the managerial experience. On the esports side, I recognize I don't have 10 years of knowledge specifically in esports. However, we've been able to bring the people, and I recognize my shortcomings, and those are the people. I don't want to hire people like me. I know what I know. I hire the people that bring things to the table that I don't know. People like Magnus from DreamHack, or Randy from EA, and John from Blizzard Activision. These are, I shore my team up with my weaknesses. So I think that a lot of times, particularly with young entrepreneurs, they don't recognize their own weaknesses, and it takes experience to know what you don't know. And so that I'm a big believer of the Oracle of Omaha: hire the best people you can and let them do their goddamn job.
Well, that's a perfect quote to end it off with, I think. So look, the good chat, good little intro, in future weeks, just to give people an idea of what's coming. We'll go over some press releases, I'm sure. We'll chat a little bit more about esports entertainment, the actual business. You talk about business models, so maybe we'll go over, the kind of esports entertainment model, and just go over what your goals are, what you see as the future of gaming, and all that stuff will come together. But also, if you're watching this video and you've got either esports questions or company questions, just put them below. Grant's pretty active. We can definitely get him to answer a few of them on future videos. And if he can't, someone else will. So, thanks, Absolutely. Grant, for hopping on.
Thanks, Jason.